I'm going away on a trip tomorrow and I have a lot of produce to go through, so I decided to make some soup. I have red onions, some little carrots, a zucchini, potatoes, garlic, and I have half a fennel. And I also have some bacon bits, and that could be a nice flavor booster. When I cut my carrots into chunky pieces, I like to alternate my knife like that in different angles instead of straight cut. And I think it tastes better maybe, I don't know, but it looks more fun. Set my carrots aside. And now I have this zucchini. I actually like to peel the zucchini in alternative strips. I don't know why I do this, but my mom does this with a cucumber and I've kind of adopted this for a zucchini as well. And then I just roughly chop the zucchini. Set it aside, put it in the same bowl. Honestly, this is such an easy soup. I just cut everything and toss it in. So now I have my carrots and zucchini. I would have used a yellow onion, but I just don't have any. And these onions been sitting around for a while. So I'm just gonna use them up. And I'm going to roughly slice them. And then I have half a fennel bulb. Just give those a quick chop. These vegetables soften really well in the soup, so I'm not that careful about cutting them into fine pieces or anything. I'm going to first remove the core and make little vertical cuts and then chop them like this. There, I have 2 cloves of garlic. I've heated up a Dutch oven on medium-low heat, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of olive oil. First fry up the bacon bits. And then I'm adding the garlic, fennel, and onion all at once. The onions have started to soften a little bit, and I think this is a good time to add the zucchini and carrots. I'm actually not worried about cooking the vegetables until they're all softened, because once I add the water in, they'll soften naturally while they simmer. I'm adding a little bit of salt. I think it's always nice to have some vegetables right before a trip, because it's oftentimes that I'm eating out and not really consuming as many vegetables and all the nutritious foods that I would if I were hanging out at home. I'm adding some water. And then I'm adding some powdered chicken stock. While I'm waiting for the soup to come to a gentle boil, I'm going to quickly chop the potatoes. And I'm just leaving the potato skins on because I actually don't mind them in the soup, and no one in my family is complaining about that, so I'm saving an extra step. I found some leftover dill in the bottom of the crisper. I'm actually going to chop it up and throw it in the soup instead of tossing it out. Potatoes. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit. As you can see that it's starting to boil. I found these white beans in the pantry. I just gave them a quick rinse, and I'm going to add them to the soup just for some protein. Give it a quick stir now, and then I think that's it for the preparation. I'm going to let it simmer with the lid on for about 30 minutes, and then I'll check for taste and everything else. I have an open box of risoni pasta in the pantry. I'm cooking the risoni pasta separately so that it doesn't get too soggy in the soup. I'm going to use about a cup. And it says to cook for 10 minutes, but I'm actually going to cook it for 7 or 8. So I strained it, and you know, I put the timer on for 7 minutes and it's already well cooked. So I think 10 minutes would have been too long. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil so it doesn't clump together. I first put a little bit of pasta in the bowl, and then I'm gonna scoop some vegetable soup. I'm going to add a tiny bit more red wine vinegar for a little bit of tang. Mix it in. Okay, first bite. I really like the taste of vinegar. I know it's not for everyone, so I just put it in my own bowl. It's comforting, filling, full of veggies, and quite tasty.